Hi, I'm Santosh. I will explain you experiment number 8, interference of light, Newton's ring, from course number PH110 Physics Laboratory course. In this experiment, we will study the interference of light by division of amplitude using the method of Newton's ring, and then we will determine the radius of curvature of the plano-convex lens. First, we will learn the equipment and its units, and then we will perform our experiment to collect data for further calculations. So, let's start. To perform this experiment, we will use this Newton's ring microscope and the sodium vapor lamp as a monochromatic source of light. In this equipment, here is a compound microscope with a rack and pinion arrangement for focusing it along z-axis. This microscope is mounted on a base which is capable to move in xy plane. This rack and pinion arrangement enables the microscope to move along y-axis. This movement is essential to align the crosswire of microscope as per our requirement. The rotation of this circular cap enables the microscope to move along x-axis. This movement is essential for data collection. Here is a main scale in millimeter range along x-axis. As one full rotation of this circular cap moves the main scale by 1 mm, the pitch of this circular scale is 1 millimeter. This circular cap has a circular scale which has 100 divisions in this marking system. Thus, the least count of this system is 1 by 100 millimeter, that is 0.01 millimeter. On main scale, the position of this 0 will give the main scale reading MSR. As of now, this mark is between 51 and 52, so we will read the MSR as 51 millimeter. At the same position, the 0 of this circular scale is aligned with 57th mark of circular scale. We will multiply this 57 with least count, which gives the circular scale reading CSR, and get the value as 0.57 millimeter. For total reading, we will add MSR and CSR and obtain 51.57 millimeter in the current position. This way, we will take experimental readings. This arrangement is responsible for production of interference pattern as Newton's ring. There is a plano-convex lens and a thick glass plate. We will put the plano-convex lens on the glass plate in such a manner that the convex part of this plano-convex lens touches the glass plate. Now, these two are being placed inside this cylindrical chamber. To make close contact between the optical system, we will tighten another cylindrical arrangement in this chamber. Another cylindrical system is tightened now. Here is a convex lens having short focal length to provide intense parallel beam of light toward the system when other side faces the source of light. This is a thin glass plate. At 45 degree of its placement, it partially reflects the light received from source through the convex lens towards the plano-convex lens and glass plate arrangement, and partially transmits the light received from plano-convex lens and glass plate arrangement towards the microscope. We can understand this situation with the help of this schematic diagram. With the help of microscope, we will observe interference pattern as Newton's ring like this. In our actual experiment, we will measure diameter of 20 concentric dark rings. For that, if we place the vertical line of cross wire of microscope at left end of a ring with horizontal line of it aligned with diameter, and again the same at right end, then the difference of these two positions on a scale will provide the diameter of a particular ring. There may be backlash error in such type of system. To avoid that, we will first focus the cross wire at center and then we will move it along diameter either left or right. We will count the dark rings and go to 22nd ring but not take the reading. Now we will come back to 20 and then we will take the readings of this position. Then we will come to 19, 18, 17 and so on to first ring, and then without changing the manner of rotation of circular cap, we will move towards another side and collect readings of position 1, 2, 3 and up to so on to 20 rings. It means we will start our data collection from one end and finish it at another. During the experiment, we have to rotate the circular cap only in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. At any instant, if we change the manner of rotation from clockwise to anti-clockwise or vice versa, then backlash error will come in picture and we will have to restart our experiment from its beginning. Now we are getting such type of pattern from eyepiece of microscope. Initially it is at center and we will move it towards right direction with counting the rings. As we are moving, this is the first circular ring. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22. We are stopping here but not taking the reading. We are coming back. Now it is 22, it is 21 and this is 20. We will take reading of this position on a scale. This label is showing the ring number as 20 and R stand for right side, and similarly L will stand for left side later. The main scale reading is 41 mm at this time. At the same position, the circular cap reading is 36. Hence, the total reading will be 41.36 mm. Now, we are moving towards 19th ring, and this is 19th ring position on crosswire. For 19th ring, the MSR reading is 41 mm and the circular scale is aligned with 45 of its mark. Thus, the total reading is 41.45 mm. Now, we are moving towards 18th ring and we are getting the position on crosshair over here. For 18th ring, the MSR value is 41 mm and the circular scale is aligning with 49th of its mark. Hence the total reading is 41.49 millimeter. Now we are moving towards 17th ring. This is the position of 17th ring. The main scale shows 41 mm for 17th ring and the circular scale shows 56. Thus the total reading is 41.56 millimeter. Now we are moving towards 16th ring and this is the position. We are getting 41 mm on main scale for 16th ring and the circular scale is at 65. Hence the total reading is 41.65 millimeter. Now we are moving towards 15th ring and this is the position. For 15th ring the MSR is at 41 mm and the circular scale is at 70. Hence the total reading is 41.70 mm. Now we are moving towards 14th ring and this is position of 14th dark ring. The main scale shows 41 mm for 14th ring and the circular scale is at 77 and thus the total reading is 41.77 mm. Now this is the position of 13th ring. For 13th ring the MSR reading is at 41 mm and the circular scale shows 87. Hence the total reading is 41.87 mm. Now we are moving towards 12th dark ring and this is the position. For 12th ring the main scale shows 41 mm and the circular scale shows 92. Hence the total reading is 41.92 mm. Now we are moving towards 11th ring and this is the position. For 11th ring the MSR value is 42 mm and the circular scale is at 5. Hence the total reading is 42.05 millimeter. Now we are moving towards 10th dark ring and this is the position. For 10th ring MSR is 42 mm and circular scale is at 16. Thus the total reading is 42.16 millimeter. Now we are moving towards 9th ring and this is the position. For 9th ring the MSR value is 42 mm and the circular scale shows the value 24. Thus the total reading is 42.24 millimeter. Now we are moving towards 8th ring and this is the position. The MSR value for 8th ring is 42 mm and the circular scale shows 34. Thus the total reading is 42.34 mm. Now we are moving towards 7th ring and this is the position. The main scale is at 42 mm for 7th ring and the circular scale is at 43. Thus the total reading is 42.43 mm. Now we are moving towards 6th ring and this is the position of 6th dark ring. The main scale shows 42 mm for 6th ring and the circular scale 55. Thus the total reading is 42.55 mm. Now we are moving towards 5th ring and this is the position of 5th dark ring. For 5th ring the MSR value is 42 mm and the circular scale shows 66. Thus the total reading is 42.66 millimeter. Now we are moving towards 4th ring and this is the position of 4th ring. MSR value for fourth ring is 42 mm and circular scale is aligned with 79. Thus the total reading is 42.79 mm. Now we are moving towards third ring and this is the position of third dark ring. For third ring the MSR value is 42 mm and the circular scale is aligned at 95. Thus the total reading is 42.95 millimeter. Now we are moving towards second ring and this is the position. For second ring the MSR value is 43 mm and the circular scale shows its position at 16. Thus the total reading is 43.16 millimeter. Now we are moving towards first ring and this is the position. For the first ring we are getting the MSR value at 43 millimeter and the circular scale is at 40. Thus the total reading is 43.40 millimeter. Now we are moving towards left side and the first dark ring position of left side is here. The first ring on left side is at 44 mm on main scale and the circular scale is at 53. Thus the total reading is 44.53 millimeter. Now we are moving towards second dark ring on left side and this is the position. For second ring the main scale shows the MSR value at 44 mm and the circular scale is at 76. Thus the total reading is 44.76 millimeter. Now we are moving towards third ring and this is the position. For third ring the MSR is 44 mm and the circular scale is at 97. Thus the total reading is 44.97 millimeter. Now we are moving towards fourth ring and this is the position. For fourth ring the MSR is 45 mm and the circular scale is at 10. Thus the total reading is 45.10 mm. Now we are moving towards fifth ring and we got this here. For fifth ring the MSR value is 45 mm and the circular scale is at 23. Thus the total reading is 45.23 mm. Now we are moving towards sixth ring and we are getting it here. For sixth ring the MSR value is 45 mm. The circular scale shows 36. Thus the total reading is 45.36 mm. Now we are moving towards seventh ring and we are getting it here. For seventh ring the MSR value is 45 mm and the circular scale is at 46. Thus the total reading is 45.46 mm. Now we are moving towards eighth ring and we are getting it here. For eighth ring the MSR value is 45 mm and the circular scale is at 55. Thus the total reading is 45.55 mm. Now we are moving towards ninth ring which is here. For ninth ring the MSR value is 45 mm. The circular scale is aligned at 66. Thus the total reading is 45.66 mm. Now we are moving towards 10th ring and this is the position. For 10th ring the MSR value is 45 mm. The circular scale is aligned at 76. Thus the total reading is 45.76 mm. Now we are moving towards 11th dark ring and this is the position. For 11th ring, the MSR is 45 mm. The circular scale is aligned at 86. Thus, the total reading is 45.86 mm. Now we are moving towards 12th ring, and here it is. For 12th ring, the MSR is 45 mm and the circular scale is at 94. Thus, the total reading is 45.94 mm. Now we are moving towards 13th ring and we are getting it here. For 13th ring, the MSR is 46 mm and the circular scale is at 3. Thus, the total reading is 46.03 mm. Now we are moving towards 14th ring and here it is. For 14th ring, the MSR is 46 mm. The circular scale is at 9. Thus, the total reading is 46.09 mm. Now we are moving towards 15th ring and here it is. For 15th ring, the MSR is 46 mm and the circular scale is at 18. Thus, the total reading is 46.18 mm. Now we are moving towards 16th ring and here it is. For 16th ring, the MSR is 46 mm and the circular scale is at 30. Thus, the total reading is 46.30 mm. Now we are moving towards 17th dark ring and this is the position. For 17th ring, the MSR is 46 mm. The circular scale is aligned at 38. Thus, the total reading is 46.38 mm. Now we are moving towards 18th ring and here it is. For 18th ring, the MSR is 46 mm and the circular scale is aligned at 46. Thus, the total reading is 46.46 mm. Now we are moving towards 19th ring and this is the position. For 19th ring, the MSR value is 46 mm. The circular scale is at 57. Thus, the total reading is 46.57 mm. Now we are moving our 20th ring and this is the position. For 28th ring, the MSR value is 46 mm and the circular scale is aligned at 65. Thus, the total reading is 46.65 mm. With the help of these readings, we can get diameter and then by taking half of them, we will get radius. We will get a square of radius and then we will plot a graph between order and a square of radius. The graph will give us the radius of curvature of plano-convex lens. Thank you.